Hello YouTube, welcome back to Jim's YouTube channel. Haven't made a video in a while, and so I thought I'd just give a little update. And somebody asked how I was doing, so I thought, well, you know what, I guess I'll send a video. I haven't really had much to do a video on. And so what's been going on here in Ohio? So yeah, I'm still here in Ohio, and it's what, July the 12th, 2025, and you can see it's a beautiful day, beautiful summer day here at a park. People are picnicking and grilling and all that out there. Kids are playing. It's going to be up to 92 degrees today. Bit of a breeze. And it looks like the Jehovah's Witnesses are out peddling their products out there. But yes, beautiful day, warm weather, humid. But I like it. I don't mind it at all. It's better than that cold. But yeah, I'm doing well. Still in a holding pattern here before I can do any traveling. So yeah, healing up well from my shoulder surgery, and it's healed up so well that I've been running. And I went to the swimming pool for the first time the other day, and actually tested out my arm to see how I would swim, and I was able to do it. So that is a good sign that I'm able to now swim again. And then something else that I got back on is this bike right here. So I've had this bike about a year and a half, I guess, or so. And it's been about a year since I've ridden it. And 3 days ago, I rode it for the first time and did 30 miles right off the bat on it, and did well with it. Felt pretty good. I felt pretty good riding it, and my legs feel fine. And I ran 10 miles yesterday. So just been focusing on the fitness, my health, taking care of me, healing up. Still trying to get my biological mother out of her apartment and into assisted living. So that's been a process with paperwork and getting approvals and everything like that. But she did get home health care. So she's got someone coming to the house a couple times a week. And then they also pick her up, take her to this center where they have a doctor, nurse. They do different activities, serve them lunch. They spend a few hours there and they can come home. So she's in a good program. So got that rolling for her. And but we're hoping by next month getting her moved, because she really can't be living alone. And she's a big time fall risk. And I'm just afraid, her living all by herself, 80 years old, gonna be 81 here. And but yeah, getting her out of there, and then that'll be one less thing I have to concern myself with too, is because she has a case manager through a mental health service, but they can't do everything. So I've been filling in the gaps, trying to help out, And but once I'm cleared through physical therapy and we get my mom moved, then I'm pretty much I'm free then. So I'm just still trying to wrap things up here. So I'm just kind of stuck right now, just kind of chilling here, still in Ohio, in my month-to-month rental, and just staying active, staying fit, trying to take care of myself, and go from there day by day, doing some reading, YouTube and bike riding, and that's pretty much it. So, but yeah, everything's going well. A lot of crazy things have been happening in the world of recent. That terrible flooding that happened in Texas where, what's the number now? 190 people confirmed dead, and I think over 100 people are still missing. I think it's just terrible, the flooding there in Texas. And but yeah, all the craziness still continuing on in the world, you know, here in the United States, and war still going on. We still got rioting here in the United States, violence going on, shootouts, mass shootings, rioting, protesters against the immigration customs enforcement agencies throwing rocks at their buildings and all that kind of thing, and just totally wreaking havoc still, and which is a shame, you know, and all that violence, which is just uncalled for, just absolutely uncalled for, where you're throwing rocks at you know, these guys in their vehicles doing their job, and it's really, really, really sad. But yeah, that's all that's been going on, and all the craziness there continues. So, but right now I'm going to get back on the bike, and let's see how many miles I'll put in. I'm not quite sure. I did 30 miles the other day. We'll see how I do. But I'm going to slowly continue to build up my mileage in the biking and the running, and I have a goal to be able to get better in swimming. I've never swam a mile before, ever. And I would love to be able to get strong enough, fit enough to where I can do laps in a swimming pool more efficiently, to where I'm doing, what is the standard? I guess it depends on your standard swimming pool. How many laps equals a mile? So I got to figure that out, and then start building that up. And so I've been entertaining doing a triathlon. I've never done a triathlon ever, where you do a swim, bike, and then run. And then how cool would it be if I did a full Ironman? A full Ironman, I think, would be awesome. And I know that's some pretty high, lofty goal, to do a full Ironman. What is that? 2.4 mile swim and over 100 and some mile bike ride, followed by a 26.2 marathon back to back. So I think that would be pretty awesome to be able to get to that level of fitness to achieve that. So I think it's important that we, you know, set goals, and why not try to achieve them? And I've heard it said that try to set a goal so high that you may not think that you can achieve it, you know? So I don't know if I could achieve it. I really don't know. At the age of 52, I'll be 53 here in December. So we shall see. We shall see as I continue to take it day by day. And things are always, you know, subject to change, you know, day by day, as I continue to figure this thing out, as I live the nomadic life. Homeless. So as you know, sold my house, sold most of my possessions, and just basically a nomad at this point. So kind of exciting, kind of scary all at the same time, but why not? Why not? So anyway, I will see you guys on the next one. So just a little bit of an update. So thanks for watching. Well, I'm back and decided to shoot a video from the bike. So testing out the camera, bike cam, and show you some of the scenery. So this is a Trek Domani. I'm trying to remember which, if this is a version 4 or 5. There's different versions of these. But this is the Trek Domani, and it's a good bike. It's this one's designed to ride on the road, or it'll even take some trails. So if you're on some sand or some light rocks, this bike will take it. It's designed for that. So, but yeah, here's the bike trail that I talked about. Hopefully you're able to see it okay. Let me stop. I just want to make sure you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, you should be able to see. Yeah, good. So that's a good thing. And so yeah, it's a nice day, a little breeze. But I'll tell you, it has taken me some getting used to riding with clips. I've never rode with the clips in. So you clip in, clip out, and actually the clips that I have are actually for mountain bike cleats. So they're not really, this is these shoes aren't for actually the road bike, so they're a little bit different, but they still work, and I find them very comfortable. Oh, it's the police. But see here, this used to scare me, is coming up to a stop, unclipping, and there you go, and then stopping, and then having to clip back in. There we go, this gentleman's passing me. So yeah, it takes some practice, and I actually fell, I would say at least 4 times on this bike where I didn't unclip in time, and literally fell over and bruised my side. And so that was embarrassing. People looking at me like, what's going on with that guy? Is he drunk? But I was just learning, you know, and even after practicing at a local school parking lot, I still, when I actually went out on my maiden voyage, I still had a problem clipping and unclipping. And it would scare the crap out of me, you know, but now I'm getting more and more comfortable. So yeah, learning new things, you know, later in life. There's a guy on a motorcycle. Yeah, I learned how to ride a motorcycle, you know, not long ago. And so yeah, man, just learning new stuff. And learning to get better at swimming. Boy, that's a dream, you know, where you have a goal. It's like, man, wouldn't that be cool to be able to swim laps? And some people take that for granted, but not me. And I've never been a strong swimmer. Even in the military, I was never a strong swimmer. And but I could manage passing the Army swim test, what was required. And you know, when I was a pilot, we had to do the combat, you know, the water survival. And where you simulate, you know, a crash landing in the water. You got to get out of the helicopter. Dunker. It was called dunker training. Oh my gosh. I did it. I managed it. You know, imagine being in a simulated helicopter. They throw it in the bottom of you're in a big old pool, blindfold you at night. You make it simulate, and it's dark outside, and then have you get out of the helicopter. That's scary. And but you know, I managed. But yep, getting better at stuff like that, and staying fit in a later age. You know, I'm 52, I'll be 53, like I said, in December. So now I'm changing gears, going up an incline. Sometimes I get confused on the changing of the gears sometimes. But yeah, see, I'm going up this incline, and look at her, she's running. Good for her. And so now I'm going up the hill, working those legs. You definitely feel it. Still clicking through, up, up, up. And learning how to do this. Getting to the top and then changing the gears back again. So, of course, I can hear my breathing is a little bit more. So, but yeah, man, later in life, doing things, and I look at my contemporaries who I graduated high school with, and I tell you, some of them look terrible. They're overweight, solid white hair, you know. Now, of course, they're married, or they've been through divorce, and a lot of the guys I graduated high school with, like, my goodness, they put on a lot of weight. And these were some of these guys, well, and gals, were athletes. I remember them, football players, baseball players, and they were the jocks, you know, the popular sports guys, and had the girls, messing the camera up there. They had the girls, they were good looking, handsome. Now, and look at them now. Huge, big, overweight. I don't think they could run a mile today. And then back then, here I was, Mr. Awkward. I wasn't Mr. Muscle. I wasn't Mr. Popular guy. I didn't do any sports in high school. I didn't even play in the band. I did no extracurricular activities whatsoever. None. Never went to my prom. Never went to a high school dance. I didn't do any of that stuff. So I missed out. I look back on it, it's like, you know, I missed out on a lot. But I just find it interesting that now, after all these years, you know, and they're, you know, big old guts on them, big old bellies and gray hair. Some even have dentures, false teeth. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They got damn dentures. And then here's me. Now, where the roles or the script has been flipped. And then now I'm the athlete. I'm the runner that I learned when I was in the military. I discovered, heck, I can run. I didn't know that. I discovered it in basic training that I was a natural runner. And it came to me, and I loved it. I was like, wow. You know, you have to run 2 miles in the Army to pass your physical fitness test. And that's the first time I ever ran 2 miles before. And it felt so good. Oh, I was like, I can do this. And it was just a good feeling. I didn't know my body was capable. And I remember the drill sergeants congratulating me, telling me, you know, Private Bukovic, great job. You know, most of the time they're yelling at you or getting in your face, but then to hear them congratulate you, was really cool. And then same thing with the rucking, you know, where you put a rucksack on your back. And we rucked back from the field. They drove us out to our field training exercise. This is back in 1992-93, Fort Jackson, South Carolina. And we went out to the field. I think it was like a 3-day field training exercise. You're out in the woods in your little tents, you know, and digging your little foxholes and fighting positions and doing that kind of thing and roughing it. And yeah, I celebrated my 20th birthday out in the field at Fort Jackson, and it snowed. Isn't that funny? It actually snowed. Anyhow, but we rucked back to the barracks, and I was right up front rucking with the drill sergeant. You know, yep, me and the drill sergeant. It felt good. I was like, man, I got to going, and I liked it. And I remember I was wanting to go ahead. The drill sergeant saw it and said, Private Bukovic, you want to go all the way up there? You go right ahead. And I said, yes, drill sergeant. And I just rucked all the way up front. And I just stayed up there and maintained pace all the way back to the barracks, man. So I guess that's where I discovered the physical. And who knows, if I did sports in high school, how will I have done? How will I have fared? I don't know. Would I have been good at track? Would I have been good at cross country? I don't know. I may have, but I didn't know that at that time. So here I am, 52, still I take care of myself, keep my weight down, and here I am biking. I don't want the camera to break. Yeah, the bumps are jarring my camera around, and the whatchamacallit, external speaker sensor popped off. So, where did I leave off at? Shoot, I got sidetracked on what I was talking about. But yeah, here I am, you know, slender, still got my hair, still got my original teeth. I have a little graying hair, but I'm not solid white. And biking, running, and swimming with possible aspiration, who knows when it'll happen, to do a full Ironman. You know, how cool is that, man? And so I kind of take pride in not being like, not that I'm being cocky or conceited or wanting to be better than anybody, but I just take pride in that I'm different. I don't follow the crowd or make an excuse. You know, well, you know, I'm old, I'm 50 years old. And when you see people older than me, okay, now we're gonna be going up this hill, baby. Here we go, let's push it. And they're doing triathlons. When I go to the swimming pool and I see the folks doing laps, 9 times out of 10, those people swimming them laps, carefree, energy. They're just doing it effortlessly. That's the word I was looking for. And oh, this is fun. Now we can go down the hill. So I got a bell on this bike, and courtesy, you know, ding ding. But yeah, going down the hill like the little piggy. What was that, a Geico commercial where the little piggy's going wee 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 wee? So I remembered, as I go down this hill, a reward for your efforts going up the hill. You get rewarded with a downhill. I love it. So I just think that's pretty cool. And you know, with my diet, and I eat differently than most people. I live differently than most people. And I'm just you know, you have to just be you. And I just think I think I should be, I don't think there's anything wrong with being proud of bettering yourself, you know, later in life, and not settling to be fat, you know, sick, dumb. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They get fat, sick, and dumb, you know, and people my age on disability, or even younger. You see it in the obesity, you know. And of course, you know, you have to make the effort. Look at that, the old man and the young girl. Yeah. That's precious time there. Wonder if that's Grandpa spending time with his granddaughter today. That's not a waste of time. That's precious time. But it takes effort. But look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. There's a river right over here. It's cool here in the shade of the trees. I got the birds. You know, I don't know if you can hear the birds. And just a nice leisurely bike ride through here. And yeah, you got to get the bike, you got to put your bike shorts on and get everything loaded, and logistically, yeah, and same thing with going to the pool. Get your stuff, get your get your towel, throw it in the bag, make sure you got a lock for the locker, go get out of swim, get out of the pool, take a shower, rinse off, or shower at home, drive home. You know, it does take time. And so it's easy to just say, screw it. But I think it's an investment in yourself, and I think it's worthwhile. And so many people are lazy, wanting the easy way out, you know, and you see it all around you. And yeah, she saw me. A lot of young people out walking by themselves. I noticed that. You know, just a young lady. Which she needs to be careful though too. Being young like that, isolated out here. I digress. Yeah, you hear those stories of a jogger, female jogger. They find her dead where somebody, you know, they raped, you know, they did terrible things to her and killed her, you know. It's just terrible, 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 terrible. But yeah, I like it. I like that I'm doing this at my age. And it's like reliving. You know, look at that barn, an old barn. The sandstone. I love the old barns. Look at that old barn, Tyler Barn it's called. Look at that. Love it, love it. A lot of history here. And, oh, hello. You never know what's around the corner. Let me ring my bell. Let me ring my bell. Okay. Hey, I'm a man. Hey, I can look. Anyhow. So yes, I like that I'm doing this now and staying fit, and I'm thankful that I'm healthy enough. It's not like, you know, a lot of guys did their 20 plus years in the military. They got bad backs, bad knees, bad hips. Some of those guys, they can hardly get out of bed in the morning. But I'm very fortunate. Somehow I managed to make 23 years and still have good knees. I don't have any knee issues where I can run. My back, sometimes my lower back, I can feel a little aching. I got to keep things stretched out. And so I think core training is very important, is doing those, strengthening your core and your hamstrings and balancing those muscles out. Because sometimes I will get some lower back pain, and or somehow I pull a muscle and don't even know how the hell I did it. And it takes a few days for my lower back muscles to heal. But other than that, maybe a little bit in the hip, every now and then something, but nothing too crazy that I can't do what I'm doing right now. Riding this bike, going in the water. I ran 10 miles yesterday just fine. And so I'm thankful for that. I mean, yeah, being a military man, jumped out of airplanes for years, special forces, all that rigorous training, heavy rucksacks, and I managed to still maintain my fitness. How
you doing?
Good. Okay, guy went around me. He's going to challenge me. He says I'm going too slow. I don't know. Anyhow, man and his dog. But yeah, I get sidetracked here. What was I talking about? But yeah, here we are. But here we are doing it. And I don't take this for granted. So every day you have to enjoy what you can. Someone said, live in the present. Don't worry about the past. The past is the past. The future you can't really do anything about. So live in the present. Live now. And that's what this is right here. I'm living life right now. Living my best life. Look at this. Beautiful day. I've got my health. It's sunshine. I'm seeing all the other people out walking, pretty girls walking down the street while walking down the path. I've got my eyesight. I can see. You know, I can hear the birds, the squirrels, the chipmunks are running around. I can see them. The air is blowing. I can feel it blowing against me. You know, air in my lungs. I can feel it in my legs, the strength in my legs as I'm powering myself down this bike path. This is it right here. To me, this is living life. Yeah, nice bike, buddy. Nice bike, nice bike. Nice. And that guy's enjoying his motorcycle. Woo! Feel that wind, baby. We got wind resistance training now coming through. Then we got a storm coming in later on today. Coming this way. Threat of thunderstorms this afternoon. And so get this ride in now before the rains come. But yeah, this is it right here. And getting your butt out, not isolating yourself, and getting out and doing something, meeting people, making new friends. And that's the plan. That's what I intend on doing as I, embark on new adventures, as slowly but surely do this, and continuing to take it one day at a time, that's it. So, so there you go. As you can see, this is quite a complex. This is quite the complex. Baseball field, big open field, you know, bike trails, hiking trails. There's actually a lot of dirt trails and horseback riding trails through here too. So if you want to go horseback riding, they got some horse stables here. Memorial Field. Look at that. I like it. I like that. But yeah, you know, and then you got people fishing. I see guys fly fishing down here by the river. And I forgot my bell. So yeah, here I am getting ready to go across the river. Should I stop? Let me stop and let you see it. Maybe you can even hear it. Look, there it is. Look at it. I would love to go through that. Take your shoes off, go barefoot. I wonder how many arrowheads or spear points you could find in there. You know they're in there. And then here's the other side of it. And there's a guy fishing with a little boy down there with his fishing net, which is cool. So yeah, this is what they do here. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to set my Garmin to see how many miles I'm going. I have no clue how many miles I'm going. Oh, well, it don't matter. We're riding. It don't matter. I forgot to set the Garmin. I'll have to do an approximate. Maybe it's best I don't know how many miles. Just ride. Just ride until you're done. And I'm gonna go buy this guy again. I think we're going to turn it around here. I think. Let me go around this way. You know what? Maybe I'll go down through here.
I'm going to ride her all the way up to Milwaukee.
I think we'll go over here. See what's over here. Fitness trail. Fitness trail. Do your pull-ups. Do your sit-ups right here. Sit and reach bench. Oh. Yeah. This is nice through here. Nice breeze. Fitness, touch your toes. Okay, touch your toes station. Stop and touch your toes. What's this one? Knee lift. Lift your knees. Lift your knees. She's getting after it. You go, girl. There she goes. Getting after it. Like David Goggins. Yeah. Yeah, people out doing their fitness. There goes the camera again. Turning sideways. So I'm gonna have to do some modifying to my camera mount. See what's going on with this. See what's going on with the camera mount. But there you go. Just showing you a little bit of the bike trail here in northern Ohio. And I'll come and I'll run on this very trail, or I go to the dirt trails and I'll run on those. And yeah, it's quite a network. You can get lost. You can get lost. Another lady smiled at me, making my day. See all the young ladies here? Man, if I was a younger guy, this would be the lady to pick up girls, or a place to pick up girls. Seriously. I mean, look at him. Hi, little dog. But yeah, you got a lot of good-looking women here, walking, running. So this is a fit area compared to where I grew up at. You see a few women out, but nothing like around here. Jeez, it's a different group of people out in this side of Ohio. It's a whole different group. What I notice is a lot of people run with their headbuds. Like that guy, they got their earbuds in. So I don't even know if they can hear my bell or not. If I'm, they're busy listening to something. Maybe they're listening to music or a podcast or learning a language. I don't know. But it's a nice trail, nice leisurely trail. You come out here. Sometimes I come out here in the evening, set up a chair, sit out by the river, read a book, and might need some bug spray, the mosquitoes sometimes. So that's something to be, especially now, it seems like the mosquitoes have gotten worse. But before they weren't so bad. Sounds like a monkey. Sounds like a monkey. It's just a bird. All these interesting motorbikes now, e-bikes. I mean, we got all kinds of contraptions. One-wheeled electrical bikes. You ever see them? They're standing on it. It's like one wheel. One wheel on that sucker. It's like, wow. Hopefully she heard me. Old guy still moving. Old man still moving. He's still going. So, what else? What else to talk about? So hopefully wherever you are, you're hanging in there, you're doing well. If you're on the fence about doing something, hey, give it a shot. Try it. You might surprise yourself. You might surprise yourself on what you're able to accomplish and enrich your life. Add something to your life. And add some spice. Add some spice to it. Sometimes life can get boring, humdrum, routine. Same, different day. I get it. I most certainly can get that. This is where they This is where they launch the boats. Ah, here's where they launch the boats down here. Look at all the boat trailers. Man, they still got some boats still wrapped up from wintertime. What's up with that? Speaking of Iron Man, she got an Iron Man shirt on. Check that out. Iron Man. Hell yeah. Louisville, Kentucky. She running, man. She probably already biked and who knows what all. Yeah, you go, see? It's people like that that inspire me. I don't know her from Adam's cat. She running with her Iron Man shirt on. And I bet you she's done it. Well, these bumpy roads, my camera does not hold up to these bumpy roads, y'all. Whew. Let me get out of the way of Iron Man lady. Let me get out of the way of her. I don't want to stop her progress. But yeah, I hope that this finds you guys doing well. Thanks for riding along with me. Thought I'd take a video and just show you around a little bit here. Matter of fact, you know what? I've never been down here, guys. We're gonna explore this together. What is this? Looks like condos? And what is this over here? Live bait, ice cream, now serving, emerald necklace Marina? Oh, BMW. Nice car. Nice car, sir. Let me get out of the parking lot here. So I'm maneuvering on this bike over to this here. Yeah, look at this. Look at those condos. Beautiful. Oh, I gotta stop and look at this. You want to see it, guys? You want to see it? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. Can you guys see this? Look at that, kayaking. Are those people's houses? Man. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me take you down here. This is how the other people live. What if there's a kayak club? Wow. Wow. Now he's standing up on his. Look at that one. Look at that contraption. He's standing on it. Wow. What do they say for boat owners? The favorite day is when you buy a boat and then the day you sell it. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, they said it's the end of the road for me, Jim. The road is now closed. Well, okay, I'll stop right here. We'll stop right here. Huh, never seen this. There's more condos down there too. There's more condos down there. Huh. Look at that. My speaker still working? Yeah, I'm still working. Yeah, I'm still working. Check this boat out. Power tower boat. You guys see this thing? Can you imagine owning one of those? That's a very nice boat. I bet you that's leather seating. You think that's leather seats in that sucker? All glass cockpit too. Glass screen, probably built-in GPS. Very, very nice. Uh-oh, crane action. Look at the size of that sucker. I guess that's how they move the boats. Let's watch them move a boat. That's a hell of a forklift. You ever see a forklift that big? I never have. He's gonna move that boat. He's moving that boat. At least he's careful. He's careful with it. All right. Thought I was going to see him move a boat. It's taking him forever. Oh well. That's how they move it. Maybe he's doing something else. All right. Go back. Always interesting, the boat names. Tukey, Off Sick, that's a good name for one. If you had a boat, what would you name your boat? What would you name your boat, Jim? I don't know. What would I name my boat? That's a good question. What would you name your boat? What would you name your boat? Jet ski. Hell yeah. Another boat coming in. Chaparral boat. Mercury. Mercury engine. Pennsylvania plates. Oh. Ah, I guess this is where you rent your kayaks at. Okay. Kayak storage lockers. 41 North. That's what it is. Kayak rental. I see. Kayak rental. How cool. All right. See, I can take this bike off-road, no problem. Single kayaks, tandem kayaks, sup boards. Is that what they call them? Sup boards? Is this Jehovah's Witnesses over here again? Yeah, it's Jehovah's Witnesses. Hi there. Well, they got a bathroom here. You know what I'm going to do, folks? I'm going to stop and I'm going to probably take a bathroom break. And then I think I'm going to end this video right here. And so thank you again. Just the impromptu. Thanks for coming along for this bike ride here. So yeah, here I am. And yeah, feel good. So I'm gonna zip on all the way back now and then call it a day and then get something to eat. Heard about this Lebanese restaurant I might try out. Yeah, I might go there. When I was at that Lebanese festival, oh, I love the food. The food, they got me on the food. So now I'm craving some more of that food. So I'm gonna go get some of that, I think. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. I know it was a bit long, but hey. Some of you guys might have enjoyed that little scenery, so I send it off anyway. All right, talk to you guys later. Be safe out there. Be safe out there. Crazy world for sure. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Be careful out there, Jim. I hear you.